There are moments in life when pain does not come from enemies. It comes from your own home, from the people you opened your heart to, from the hands you trusted. And sometimes the deepest heartbreak isn't about money, betrayal, or broken promises. Sometimes it's about something much smaller, something people call worthless. But what they fail to understand is that value is not measured by appearance. It is measured by history, by sacrifice, by tears, by love. Imagine spending countless nights under dim light, your fingers aching, your eyes heavy, stitch by stitch creating something not for yourself, but for someone you love. Not because you had to, but because your heart told you to. Every thread carrying hope, every knot carrying prayer, every piece carrying a dream. That is what love looks like. Not loud, not flashy, but quiet, steady, unseen, and yet powerful. A hand-knit baby blanket. To some, it might look old, faded, outdated, like something that belongs in storage, or worse, the trash. But what if I told you? Inside that blanket was more than fabric. Inside it was survival. Inside it was history. Inside it was the story of a woman who had nothing, but still gave everything. Years ago, there was a mother who struggled beyond words. She had no luxury, no comfort, no easy life. She worked endless hours, skipped meals, wore the same clothes for years, just so her son could eat, just so her son could dream. And when winter came and money was too tight to buy warmth, she picked up yarn, not because she was skilled, not because she had time, but because necessity teaches strength. She knitted through sleepless nights, her hands cracked from cold, her back bent from exhaustion. Yet she kept going, because mothers do that. They carry burdens no one sees. They build futures no one thanks them for. And in that blanket, she stitched her heart. Years passed. Her son grew. He became successful, built a life, built a family, and that blanket stayed, not as decoration, but as a reminder, a symbol, a witness to every sacrifice. Then one day, someone looked at it and saw garbage, old cloth, dust, clutter, and without understanding, it was thrown away, just like that, as if history could be discarded, as if sacrifice could be erased, as if love could be replaced. And then the phone rang, her son, sobbing, his voice shaking. What was inside it? Not because of the blanket itself, but because hidden within its folds was something priceless. A letter, a final letter, written by his late father, words he had never read, words his mother had hidden there, waiting for the right time, a truth, a blessing, a piece of the past, gone, because someone acted without understanding. And this is where life teaches us something important. Not everything old is useless. Not everything silent is empty. Not everything simple is worthless. The world has taught us to chase shiny things, new things, expensive things, but the greatest treasures often look ordinary. A photograph, a necklace, a book, a blanket, things the world ignores, but the heart remembers. And here's the dangerous part when you lose something tied to memory. You don't just lose the object, you lose the feeling attached to it, the moment, the voice, the warmth, the presence, and some losses cannot be repaired. That is why wisdom matters. Before throwing something away, understand its story. Before judging someone's attachment, understand their pain. Before calling something meaningless, ask why it matters. Because respect is not just about people, it is about what people carry, their memories, their scars, their history. Too often, younger generations see only the surface. They see old furniture, old clothes, old traditions, and they think, replace it, upgrade it, throw it out. But not everything should be replaced. Some things are sacred. Some things are anchors. Some things keep us connected to where we came from. And when you forget your roots, you lose yourself. That son cried not because of the lost blanket, but because in that moment, he realized something painful. He had failed to protect his mother's story. He had let the world move too fast. He had let meaning slip through his fingers. How many of us are doing the same? Ignoring our parents while they are alive, brushing off their stories, dismissing their advice, forgetting their sacrifices, until one day they are gone, and all that remains is regret. Regret is heavy, heavier than grief, because grief says, I lost them, but regret says, I could have done better. Do not wait for loss to teach you value. Learn it now. Call your mother. Listen to your father. Ask about their struggles. Hear their stories. Touch the things they kept. There is a reason they kept them. Pain has memory. Love has memory. Sacrifice has memory. And when you honor those memories, you honor the people who made you. The truth is, life is not built on grand moments. It is built on small ones. A blanket, a meal, a bedtime story, a hand on your shoulder, a whispered prayer. These are the bricks of love, and when we disrespect them, we weaken the foundation of who we are. But there is still hope, because every mistake can teach. Every loss can awaken. Every regret can transform. That son, through tears, understood something that day. That legacy must be protected, that memories must be respected, that love must never be taken for granted. And maybe that is the message for all of us. Look around your life. What have you been treating as ordinary? Who have you been overlooking? What stories have you been ignoring? Because one day, what seems small today may become the thing you miss the most tomorrow. Value what you have. Respect what came before you. Protect the memories that built your life. And never forget, the most precious things in this world are rarely the most expensive. They are the things stitched together by love. And love, once lost, can never be recreated the same way again.